Glorious day to you, my friends. Hakatara sanahikotoro utakarasita. Welcome to day number 60 of being, this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace. Kaya kanatar kinasasaheka sari hartakanahi toro hoshana atakarahasaheta. Where for 144 days we're spending time with our inner being, gaining wisdom from our inner being, and nurturing our inner being to live more fully with us. We're taking the KISS method, the simple approach to this. We're going to breathe, we're going to chant, and we're going to let our inner being do all the rest of the work. The imagery they gave me at the beginning is we're spiraling up this great pyramid of the self to the edge of the matrix, to the edge of this reality. We're going to poke our head through the hub of the dharma chakra, using the Eye of Providence to gain a divine perspective on this reality, on this form, on this universe, on how to work with it, deal with it, and live with it. Before I go into the other things, this foray today started with firmament. I'm going, okay, firmament. What's the Hebrew word for firmament? Rakia. And I'm like, okay, Rakia. Rakini is the yogini of Anahata, the heart center. I'm going, okay, yeah, well, that's where I've been talking about where this firmament is in our heart. Cool, totally cool. And then I'm going, all right, today's day 60 in the Shine series, when each of the 12 groups, in this Mala of Joy, we break up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12, where each of these 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba. In the Shine series, each of the chakras got equal weight. Each of them got 12 days, and day 60 is the completion of Anahata, of our heart center, which it all comes into play today. And I just chuckled. Thank you for the inspiration. And in each of these chakras, in each of these 9 groups, we break up the 12 seeds into 4 groups of 3. And this is modeled after Samavritti pranayama, box breath, where we breathe in for a count of 3. We hold our breath with a full set of lungs for a count of 3, where we breathe out, release all the air from our lungs for a count of 3, and then we hold our breath with an empty set of lungs for a count of 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. With practice, you can get those numbers up. And you don't have to focus on, can I do it more? You just focus on relaxing, and then you find out that you can sustain it for longer periods. The whole key is to sustain it for a comfortable period of time, to make the breath comfortable. So if 4 is comfortable for you, stick with 4. If 5 is comfortable for you, stick with 5. If 6 is comfortable for you, stick with 6. It's about ease and comfort. Everything in this life is about ease and comfort. We're most successful when we're easy and comfortable. My mother's birthday was the other day. God rest her soul. She gave great advice on test taking. No matter how much you know, cramming tonight isn't really going to do it. If you've studied, you know it. This extra cramming isn't going to help you. Good night's sleep, going into the test with confidence and taking the test with confidence and making it easy on the mind is your best path for success. There are many, many, many ways to take a test, but I subscribe to her path of ease and confidence. If I go in relaxed, if I go in well-rested, I'm going to see my success and be my success. Now back to Samavritti. During the Shine series, we were only chanting Om Mani Padme Hum, and it mapped extremely well to this Samavritti, where the Om was on the breath in, our embracing the energy. This Mani was about our internalizing, we're exciting the energy, we're polishing this jewel, Mani. Padme, we're unfolding the energy, we're allowing it to bloom, we're radiating it outwards, we're emanating it, and we're embodying this energy during this Hum phase. Okay? It worked out well. Well, we're going to talk about the same box today. Okay? We go to the rest of the spiel. So since we're spiraling up this Great Pyramid, we're using the golden spiral, because why would we use anything else? And the Fibonacci sequence. And so we worked on our first chakra and the first kosha during the first 55 days, one of the Fibonacci numbers. Interestingly, 55, 34, 21, 13, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1, and 1 all add up to 144. That's why we're doing it this way. Besides the fact that they said, we're not dealing with the whole picture when we deal with 108. I love 108, don't get me wrong. But with 144, okay, my math and my perception, 12 times 12, makes sense. It seems complete. Okay. So where does this other 36 come from? There's so many meanings to 36, okay? Ancient astronomers, when they were looking up in the sky, they tracked the movement of the stars. They noticed, they divided the night into 36 decans, the more Latin astronomers, into 33 divisions, because that's how they could tell when a star moved. Oh, it's a decan. Okay, there's another, there's another, there's another. So the night is divided into 36, and it's 1/3 of an hour, if it's 12 hours in a night, okay? There are 36 tattvas, okay? Tattvas. Thatness is. Thatness, the isness of it. So we're chanting two different groups in this group of 34 days. We're chanting Om Ahum, cool. Om, the wisdom. Ah, the emptiness. Hum, of us. I am, the unity, allowing the wisdom of the emptiness when we're calming and chilling and spending time in our lotus of awareness. We're allowing this wisdom to just happen. And during the second set, so we're chanting Om Ahum 108 times, and we're chanting So Hum 36 times. We dropped the Om just so it could be 2, okay? And so Om Mani Padme Hum is 4, Om Ahum is 3, So Hum is 2, and when we get to it, we'll be chanting Om, and that's 1. And then we'll be sitting in silence for 0, because 0 is one of the Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so in this group of 34, this is what we're doing. The chakra for the first bit for this 34 days is Muladhara, where our foundation, our firmament, the cause, the inspiration for today, and the Pranamaya Kosha, how this piece of clothing that we're wearing that is this breath of nourishment. Okay? When we finished our 55 days, we took off our kosha of anamaya, our roots into the nourishment, as we placed our roots into our heart center. So today, Antahkarana. Okay? Anta, inner, karana, cause. Kara is the change, and we're the three higher ideas that we're bringing in to make the 36, this rita, this vikara, Antahkarana. This na is the nurturing of the change, our inner change, or cause, inspiration, our inner inspiration. Nitor ushkonohotoroto. In yoga and much of, and in Hinduism, this Antahkarana, it represents the four aspects of the mind. This chitta, the memory. I see chitta as our karmic imprints in our soul. Although it's also our mind, it's the activity of our mind, yes. Yoga Sutra 1.2, okay? This Chittavritti. But it's the impact from the imprints in our karma, our karmic field, our aura, our Merkaba, our ascension vehicle, our soul of all our lifetimes, this imprint of energy. Okay? The idea of karma is the action, represents any action. Okay? And in Kundalini Yoga, or in other aspects, kriya is defined to be a completed action, a righteous and completed action. I like to call it an aligned action. It's an action that we're finished, completed, and satisfied with, and we know from our inner being that it was a righteous action, and these actions aren't going to make imprints in our karmic field. And the karma is an action. It may or may not cause that. They're both from the same root, but that's the idea behind it. And to me, kriya, if we're aligned, the imprints that we get from it are so close to the inspiration and the cause of it that it's not tilting our top or anything like that. It's not a big swing. We're doing it righteously. That's the whole idea behind it. So this chitta, this ahamkara, aham, I am, and kara, change or doer, I'm the maker. Cool. They call it our ego. Interesting. We'll get there. The buddhi, buddhi, our internal Buddha, our intellect, and kishkutur noku the manas. The manas governs the five senses. This is in this Vedic writing that it governs the five senses. So now if we think about all these things, our chitta, our memory, our karmic imprint, this ahamkara, the sense of me, which is the being who's aware of the entire soul. Because we decided to incarnate, and then we decided to incarnate again, and we decided to incarnate again, and with all the imprints from all the lifetimes that are here, it may be, if we're unaware, if we're not woke, in this life, we just do what we want, or we follow orders, or we do whatever, and we're not aware of the consequences. We go to work, we pay our taxes, and we do things. When we start to wake up, we go, oh, maybe what I do has consequences, okay? But this ahamkara is this part of our mind, but it's also a part of our soul that looks around. It's evaluating what is from all the things that we've done, it takes into account the chitta, and it goes, what do I want to create now? Where do I want to go? It's the I maker, okay? But it's in reference to our entire being here, not this grandiose self of sitting in the awareness. We'll get there. But this Buddha, it's not influenced by the karmic imprint, which is the best part of it. It's focused on where do I want to go? And it's the evaluator, it's the aligned mind. It's I'm not influenced by all these other things. Now what do I want to do? Or how can I... It's the higher ability of us, the higher ability of the mind to not be influenced by this 3D reality, to not be influenced by all of our past lifetimes. It deals with this continuation of time as well. That when we're in our Buddha, in this mind of the Buddha, this idea, we can jump any timelines we want. We don't have to choose to continue this thing called this string of time. We can go to anyone. Bashar, his race, Daryl Anka, channels this being called Bashar. And Bashar is an extraterrestrial being from a race called the Shikani. And the Shikani experience each moment at a time, fully. Okay? Sounds pretty cool. Well, Yoga Sutra started Atta. Okay? And 1.2 is the reminder, this Chittavritti, the ways of our karmic imprint, implies that being influenced by the past and the future. So we're still on the same page here. So these Shikani, they decide on a moment in space and time to experience. They jump to it, and it doesn't matter if it's in the past, the present, or the future. They jump to it, they experience that moment fully, and then they come back to where their awareness is. That's the power of the Buddha, that it can do this. If you choose, like Ashtavakra decides, you are free when you decide you're free. And this Manos, well, they defined it to be the governor, or I listen to the five senses. Cool. You listen to the five senses. Well, who's listening to the rest of it? Well, the chitta's listening to the karmic imprint. This aham maker is listening to the entire soul based on the five senses, based on all the memories and the karmic imprints, and it's deciding, I don't know how it's deciding. Maybe it's deciding on the path of least resistance, or it's deciding on, I've experienced all these other things. Do I want to do something new, or do I want to do something that's balancing? And the Buddha is just sitting there, and it's helping to decide. It's petting the ego. You can decide what you want. There's no judgment. This is the reminder. This is the stillness in our heart. That's these four develop this fundamental functioning of the inner cause. To me, we're just going to ask our inner being, this Buddha within, this wise one, this infinite being inside. We're going to ask that. It can take into account anything that it wants to that's relevant to us, based on our mind, our belief systems and things, on the ways that we think we might understand, but we don't really. So if we ask our inner being and it becomes clear, cool. Now the second thing, Ishvara, Nirodhah Ashiyata. I've been talking Ishvara for a while. Ishvara Pranidhana is one of the inspirations of a yogi. Is it God? Is it what's my inspiration? What's my driving cause? To reach for a God, to work with a God, to work with whether it's God or the self or the God self or improve the self. What's your continued motivation? What's the carrot in front of you that keeps you going? In the tattvas, this Ishvara is a part of this purity. But we can break up Isha. Isha in Islam is another name for Jesus. And in Christianity, he's the King of Kings, okay? Shah in Iran, in Persian, it means king, the Shah. And Isha, I can create. The creator, the king, that's the ruler. Are we the righteous ruler of our reality? Isha, yata, iskananata, uruturata. In Vara and Ra, this, I can create, like Ra is the Bij mantra for Manipura. So I can make, like ahamkara, I can make it. Iskunonoto, Isha is, yes, well, I can govern over the making. I can be the ruler of it. And this Va is the Bij mantra for Svadhisthana, where the self is established. It's what I desire. I can make what I want. Well, when we're at the top of our pyramid of the self and we understand the ways of the universe and we understand the actions that we create, we're acting from Kriya and not just karma. We're acting from Kriya. We're following our path of dharma, our righteous way, which happens to be the righteous way of the universe. So we're acting out of Kriya, and we're not making these karmic imprints in ourselves nor in the rest of the universe. We're not causing actions that are causing imprints on other people. How many times have we had triggers and we've had conversations and we trigger other people? There are ways, many times it's, oh, that's your problem. But if there's a way that we can talk to people and encourage them to be themselves, if that is becoming our way, Mushana artkihi sota, channa haska eto ronarokora sokatatita. So one way, let's go back to Chitta for a second. In Sanskrit, Chi is abuse, or I'm looking down on it. And many times that we think that this karma is a negative imprint on us. I do an action, if I do a bad action, I'm going to have to pay for it at some future point in time energetically. That's this idea of Chi that's here. But Chi in Chinese, it's this energy or Qi. It's this energy like prana, that's this energy that's flowing. Well, yeah, it's imprinted here in our memory. But there's also this Chi, this prana that's out there, that's flowing. The Shakti that's there, that's the field waiting to be awakened by our inspiration and our interaction with it. And this prana is flowing around, and it's the life force energy. And even though this Chitta is described in the Vedic text, is this imprint in us. It's our memory. It's a long memory. Our lifetimes have a long memory of what we've done right, what we've done righteously with no imprint, what we've done which caused immense joy or immense sorrow over here. Or that's all the whole idea is between the blockers of our chakras. This fear is not being stable in Muladhara, being overconfident. is overconfident. You're way over here in Muladhara, okay? Or maybe it doesn't matter which one of the, we can't blame one chakra for these things. We've done our work. It's just energy. It's here. And if we can not judge it, then this ahamkara, if it can choose and decide, not based on ego, not based on emotional distress or fear or guilt or shame because of things that have happened in the past. The only reason we've got guilt and shame is because there's a karmic imprint that we're paying attention to. So hukutur kashanohuturu. And this grief, there's grief in our heart from loss. And either that or what's akin to this grief is the longing for, I remember them and they were in here and I felt so full when they were around. And now that they've passed on, there's so many things that I wanted to experience with them. There's so many, I miss them being around. I totally get it. My mother passed away 2012. It's 2023. Okay? 11 and a half years ago. But I knew when she died, and I didn't feel sorrowful only because I've lived the full life with her. And I knew her time was coming. But I knew I was in the okay before she passed. I was in the okay. Well, I also knew that I could talk to her at any point in time. And she came often. And she's one of the people who help find lost things around my house. And my kids, every once in a while, they'll text me, "Can you ask Grandma where this book is?" And I go, "She says it's behind the couch." Okay, and it's behind the couch. That's funny. Anyway, the grief as a blocker. I know loss. I don't know your loss. But only by looking at the loss can we deal with it. These karmic imprints on our life, it's not ignore them, it's deal with them. And then recognize the energy for what it is. One day, you wake up and you're okay. My sisters are, there's days that they wake up and they miss our mother. And there's days they wake up, oh, okay, yeah. And fully functional. And it's, grief affects us all differently. And this Ishvara is this positive spiral. Just the flow of energy of this Gurubhi, this Ananda chakra. This is the idea behind this 36. The ways of the infinite, the ways of spirit, that's what these 36 are dedicated to, which aren't our ways, which is why we're chanting, using those 36 as an inspiration to be more spiritual, and as an inspiration to unlock those aspects of our inner being into our everyday life. Not by me talking about it, by us breathing, us chanting. Hopefully the chant will help trigger, inspire something in our field to allow our inner being to reveal itself more fully. It's the whole idea behind all of this. Not that there's all this truth out there that we don't think we have. We're just asking our inner being, Please reveal this to us. Asuna atar, kisha anhukur, shia atat karisa, hotor kanara, harsa ashiana, ki esha ekiana, kartu utor hashkaa, shiakar hana asihia tartkaha. See, your heart believes in you. Uturkshanatwara shahisa. Kai hatartene asitur knor tukushasuka tarteti. In our ways, the whole point was Antahkarana. If by going inside, we can listen to our inner being, and it can reveal to us what is its true inspiration, our inner cause, our inner inspiration. And this Ishvara, these ideas of you can do it. You can do it. And when we ascend more on this pyramid of the self, getting closer and closer to the tip, the apex, the roof. The roof. We can. And we're acting righteously. We are creating auspiciously. We're creating. We're allowing the Ishvara on the inside to come out. We're allowing this inspiration from the inside, this Antahkarana, to reveal itself, to live fully. This Antahkarana is our inner being, not these four functions of the mind. It's the effortless four aspects of the mind. And as we spiral in, they work together more fully instead of separate. And just because somebody put ideas and define them to be as separate things doesn't mean that they are separate. That's this illusion of separation that's of these ideas. But our inner being is going to reveal that as we gently tune our vibration as we spiral up this pyramid. That's it. So let's ask our inner being. Or let's just breathe, relax, chant, and spend time with our inner being with no attachment to any outcome, no attachment to anything, just for the joy and the ease of it, just for the joy and the ease. Sukha, mudita, of the Ishvara, which is your Antahkarana, or your Antahkarana, which is your Ishvara. Sukha, easy satisfaction. Niso utor unahakoyaha. So I invite you to relax. Whether you lie down, whether you sit, or sit in seated meditation. Relaxation and ease are the key. Now let us focus our awareness on our breath. As we begin to slowly lengthen and deepen our breath, as we begin to listen to the sound of our breath. Being more aware of the sound. The sound of our in-breath. And the sound of our out-breath. As we feel the energy flow in on the in-breath. And we feel the transformed energy on the out-breath. As we feel how it feels to breathe in. And we feel how it feels to breathe out. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire and brightens our already bright light. In yoga terms, all it is prana. Nourishes our Antahkarana. Prana nourishes our Ishvara. Brightens our Karana. Brightens our Ishvara. Strengthens our sense of self. Illuminates possibilities. And our bright light interacts with this Shakti, this field of possibilities, sending out our joy and excitement, activating this Shakti out there, bringing more of the possibilities to us. This is all this law of attraction is. Every breath that we take with intention sends out our joy and excitement, attracting more, interacting more, drawing it to us. Shining our light. Breathing in the possibilities. Shining our joy. Embodying the self. Breathing in the Om. listening to the wisdom in the emptiness, building our excitement, breathing out our joy. Embodying the self. Breathing in the infinite possibilities. Of what can be done. Exciting of what we can do. Creating these possibilities. Sharing what we can do, what we did. Embodying this experience in the self. Breathing in the infinite possibilities. Breathing in the soul. Exciting these possibilities. Creating these possibilities. Breathing out the reality. Breathing out, shining out our excitement. Embodying the self. Breathing in the infinite possibilities of the soul. Exciting the creative possibilities and creating those possibilities. The hum. Breathing out the ha. Of what we have created, of who we are, shining our light. And in this emptiness, embodying the self. Breathing in the Om. This ah of excitement. Ah of excitement. Breathing out who we are. And this the satisfaction of who we are. Breathing in the Om. Excited about the possibilities. Listening to the wisdom of the Om. Breathing out. Om. Who we are. Breathing out our essence of what we created. And the I did that. So Om Ahum is Om Mani Padme Hum is Samavritti Pranayama. So Hum is Om Mani Padme Hum is Om Ahum is Samavritti Pranayama. Is this Antahkarana? Is this Ishvara? It is your true, authentic self. And holy fire and bright light are just other names for you, for ahamkara, for buddhi, for manas, for chitta. Aspects of you. So the invitation is to begin with Aum. Simply Om stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart. Ah. Both the ah of inspiration of what can I do with this. And it's also the ah of satisfaction, of completion. Ah of the heart. Ooh of the root. And for the completion, for the satisfaction, for the savoring, for the embodiment. The Samavritti is Om. Aum. The invitation to chant Om Ahum 108 times using the Mala of Joy. I will keep count. I seem to be doing hand gestures on when we're moving up through the chakras. Maybe I'll remember to tell you that we're on the last one. And the invitation to transition with Aum. After a few breaths, we invite in our well-being, in our svasti. We invite in beings of being or beings of higher consciousness, of higher vibration, of higher thought form, aligned with who we are, or more aligned with our inner being. Offering energy, wisdom, experience that's relevant for us at this present time. Or just sit with our inner being, or sit with Om. Om is a being of higher consciousness, and our inner being is a being of higher consciousness. After a few minutes, we bid them farewell with heartfelt gratitude, and the invitation to transition with Aying. Aim, the sound of abundance, infinite abundance, simply stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, whether it's the ah of the heart or the ah of the heart. Ah for the heart, E for the crown, Ing for resonation with everything. The invitation to chant So Hung 36 times. And the invitation to conclude with Aying. breath in for Aum. And a breath in to chant. Om. Guess not. You gotta push the buttons at the right time. So again, a breath in for Aum. And a breath in to chant. Om. Om. Inner breath in for Aum. When you are ready, invite in a being of higher consciousness, of higher awareness, of higher vibration. That is aligned with you, or more aligned with our inner being. Sharing energy, wisdom, experience, most relevant for us at this present moment, where we are. As we open ourselves up to this experience and this wisdom, simply allow. ready. With heartfelt gratitude, let us thank them for the experience, for the wisdom, for the energy, whether it's a being, whether it's Om, gratitude to Om, whether you spend time with your inner being, gratitude to our inner being. As we bid this being farewell, shall see them at some point in the future. A breath in for Aying. I'm really bad at pushing buttons today. So again, a breath in for Aying. And a breath in to chant. So-hum. 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 Soham. 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 And a breath in for Aying. Aying. When you are ready, slowly bring awareness back to the present moment, back to the here and now, back to your location. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. Maybe shrug your shoulders. Whatever feels good to help bring you back. Return to this physicality. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. These new perspectives of this present moment, this flow. So, congratulations, my friends. We have completed day number 60 of being this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace, our inner being, our true authentic self. Again, I encourage you to journal about this experience, whatever you choose to write about. Does it even have to be about what you felt or saw or didn't feel and didn't see? After we start, it starts to flow. They shared some wisdom about this, the 4 ideas of the Antahkarana. This manas, which listens to the 5 senses, which shares the information from the 5 senses to the ahamkara, this I maker, this I am maker. I can make that. I can do that. What can I do with this information from the 5 senses? This chitta, and not only is it memory, but it's listening to the chakras. It's listening to all the things our chakras are saying. It's also listening to our auric field, all those imprints that are out there, the sensitivities. It's the other thing. This manas is listening to the 5 senses. The chitta is listening to everything else about us, all the subtleties of it. But it's also our conscious memory. Oh, I remember that. Oh, that was a good time. Let's do that again. But it's also those future activities. Oh, at the store, remember, I got to do this. I got to get this. I got to get that. I got to that. That's the Chittavritti. But the Chittavritti of Yoga Sutra 1.2, Yogash Chittavritti, 1 word, 2 words, 1 word, Nirodhah, is the let's chill for a bit. These pathways from the manas to the ahamkara, and these pathways from the chitta to the ahamkara, and these pathways from the chitta to the manos, because our chakras influence our physical senses of our body. They influence the muscles. There's this flow of information going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. This Nirodhah is the calming it down. Okay, let's go. If we slow it down, guess what's left? This Buddha, this inner being, this Buddha inside us that's living in this Brahma-vihara, this Brahma that is inside of us, this creative being that wants to create. If we continually listen to the physicality of our body, if we continually listen to our past relationships, our past arguments, as well as listen to our chakras and how they're screaming about, oh, this isn't fair, and oh, that's not fair, oh, this isn't fair, and this is not fair. By listening to all that, what we want to create is dictated by those things. When our body is overwhelming, when our chakras are overwhelming, when our memory is overwhelming, when our long-distance goals are overwhelming, this ahamkara is being influenced in a direction that's not akin to our inner being. When we Nirodhah, when we nurture our inner being. Nirodha really means to nurture our inner being. Nurture our giving, this giving of omniscient light. Asikotora anokatatara. Rodha, the giving of our omniscient light. Our Buddha, our inner being, the light from our holy fire is the Rodha, nurturing the Rodha. And we do this by putting those words together. The only way us humans can really explain it is stop listening to that crap that's going on in our mind. This flow of energy in this lower triangle. It's a lower triangle. Listening. This Chittavritti maps directly to the lower triangle in Kabbalah. This, let me see if I get it right. This Netzach, this Haud, and Kaskata Yesid. But if we listen to the God aspects of them, it's the eternity, it's the glory, and the foundation. By listening to the positive aspects of that instead of the lower aspects of our guilt, our shame, and our fear, and our grief, by listening to those things. But if we listen to the eternity, the glory, and our foundation, then this ahamkara, this aham, the self that knows itself as the infinite self, then can kara, create with kriya, righteously, and completion, not leaving the loose ends, satisfactorily, sukha and santosha, with satisfaction. We're creating that way. We can listen to our body. When we're in yoga and lying on our mat at the beginning, we're listening to our body. We're checking in with our body. What does our body need? Because in Western culture, we're listening to the body. We're nurturing our body. We're fine-tuning our body, as well as our breath, as well as our mind. And by Chittavritti Nirodhah, nurturing the gentleness of those three factors of our mind, our ahamkara. We can nurture then the karana, this karana of our inner being, of our Buddha inside, our Brahma inside our Brahma-vihara, this abode that's in here. Because these other things are just running around the outside of it. Playing ding-dong ditch, ringing the doorbell, knocking on the windows. Hey, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. Remember this? Remember this? Remember this? Our monkey mind. Aska hato rota arukanahasa ika tatara tata. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you. Nutor arshkanahasa sierata. So I thank you for sharing in my highest bliss. Iskahatur ushana atkarate taratita. And shine on from your inner being, with your inner being, as your inner being. Nitukuruto atwatara arnahashika. And make it a great day, because why would you leave it up to anybody else but your inner being? Kaskonoto uta harta isa hartanahakera.